Hey guys, hi. Fly Girl Fitness coming into you with my week 204 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I do not want to be here right now. Do not want to be here making this video because I am having all the thoughts and all the feelings all the times. But it's been a month, 4 weeks since I've been in, and so I thought it was time for me to check in at least. Started a 2-week pre-op diet in November 2013 at 301.2. I weighed in day of surgery December 5th, 2013 at 291.8. I am almost 4 years post-op. My heaviest recorded weight was about 319. Heaviest known weight was about 319. My lowest lost weight after surgery was in May of 2015, and so about 18 months post-op, I was 181.2. My weight as of now is right around 230, so that is just about 50-pound gain over the course of 2.5 years. If you've been watching my channel, you know at what spurts and stages those gains have happened. Yeah, I'm not in a great place around my weight right now, but I am trying really hard to work on other things and just practice acceptance and gentleness instead of beating myself up, because that doesn't really get me very far. It just puts me into the cycle of beating myself up, engaging in bad behavior, beating myself up, beating myself up, beating myself up, making a plan to feel better, whatever, and then, beating myself up for not doing that perfectly, and then engaging in the whatever behavior, and then so on and so forth. So right now I'm just trying to embrace the fact that at this weight, I've still lost 90 pounds from my heaviest weight. I've still lost 70 pounds since surgery. That is still something I probably would not, I have gotten to this weight on my own, but I quickly gained it back. So I think that there's still hope for me. I am not giving up. I'm just trying to do it a little bit differently. And with that being said, I conscientiously stopped logging in MyFitnessPal, meaning I will probably log again, but I gave up over a 1,400 day streak. I think I was at like 412 days or something like that. And while I was at Lauren's in Boston this week, I didn't log in, and I had been logging in and I didn't, and I know how to get the streak back if it's just over 24 hours, but I chose not to do that. And I'd been toying with that idea for several weeks, just as a way to kind of, I guess, release the obsession for me. I don't feel that tracking food in MyFitnessPal is about that for everyone, and it's certainly not always about that for me, but it can be. And I'm trying to find ways to just be more intuitive with my food choices and my food timing and my hunger and full signals, which is hard. I'm very attuned to my hunger signals. I'm also attuned to my full signals and tend to ignore them mostly. And that is not something new since surgery, obviously, but I've been struggling with a lot of depression. I kind of told the story to a couple friends, but one of my friends gave me this 5-year journal that asks you the same question on this, and then you go through it, and then every year you ask that question on that date or whatever. And so I'm 3 years into it, and one of the questions for October was, what's a question that makes you uncomfortable? And the first year it was like, tell me about yourself. I don't particularly love that question. And this is just the best way I can kind of describe my mental space right now. The second year was, how have you been so successful? How'd you do it? I didn't love that question this time last year, especially as I felt like such a failure. Relatively speaking, I felt like a failure. And this year, the question that made me the most uncomfortable was, how are you? I don't want to answer that question. I don't feel good. I don't feel happy. I mean, I have happy times, don't get me wrong, and I am a happy person. Like I'm not miserable in my life or anything. I'm processing so much, and some days it's just too much. Like it's overload. And I am deflecting and I'm finishing a lot of my sentences, but it's fine. It's not always fine. Like I'm accepting a lot less than I should in lots of arenas in my life, mostly from myself, you know? But it's fine. So, yeah, but in other news, I got to spend the night over at Jennifer Mahoney's house a couple weeks ago, and that was really nice. And we just sat around and we watched movies and we knitted things, and I didn't feel obligated to talk. I went to Lauren's for a week, and she let me talk at my own pace, at my own speed. And it's nice to have friends that give you the space to just be, and that you can be comfortable just sharing space and spending time without always having to dive deep, because I don't always want to dive deep. And I have other friends that always want to dive deep, and I'm not in the mood. I'm diving deep enough on my own. And I know small talk sucks, but sometimes I just want to talk about the weather. I don't want to talk about how I am. Or we can just talk about how you are. Let's talk about you. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So, that's my update. And now you know all the bad, dirty tricks I've been hiding on the scale. Like I said, I'm walking into the holiday season at my highest regain. I am not giving up. I cannot. I am trying to give in, if that makes sense. I am trying to take a breath and give myself some space and figure out what I need to do to fuel my body well, to feel good about the skin I'm in, to move my body on purpose and joyfully, and just give myself the space to be gentle and kind, because I am exhausted. I'm exhausted, you guys, of all the energy it takes to just, I don't know. I've been trying to write a blog too about the MyFitnessPal thing, but I haven't been able to find the words. So I figured that this would be my outlet instead. And it's really not that big of a deal. I feel a lot more relaxed about it than I thought I would. I took a lot of pride in that streak, but it does not define me in any way, other than it's, a 5-second thing out of my day that I do every day, whether I even actually log my food. So I'm just letting it go. I'm giving in. I'm not giving up. That's where I'm at. Keep it fly out there, you guys. I will see you soon. I promise. Bye.